Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. There has been a quote stuck in my head all day today, and the quote is, "Your life is designed to confront everything that holds you back." Now, I tried searching for this quote, but I couldn't find it online, so do let me know if you know where this is from. But I believe this is from somewhere in the Rumi Oracle guidebook, because we often pull messages from the Rumi guidebook, and I'm fairly certain that that quote comes from one of those particular messages. Now, the reason I keep channeling this over and over again today is because I am picking up on a really beautiful divine feminine soul who is walking an extremely unique path here on earth. And this is a path of open-heartedness. This is a path of healing your inner child, breaking not just generational curses, but quite literally breaking free from collective evolutionary programs that have been limiting so many people collectively for so many generations. Again, not just in your family's line, but as a collective whole. And the reason these messages are coming up is because for the specific divine feminine I am speaking to here, you at times experience doubts about this path. You wonder, am I on the right track because my path looks so unconventional? Now, very specifically for someone listening, I'm picking up that there's been some kind of dream that you've held in your heart from a very young age. And while other people around you may have had dreams and goals that looked much more conventional, you've always had this unconventional seed of a dream planted in your heart. And because it was so unconventional, there may have been, even from a young age, this sense that you were so different from the people around you that you simply operated in a different manner. There may have been many people in your life, especially those who may have been there to guide you in a human sense, such as your parents, your teachers, people that you may have considered those to respect, or those that were above you in a human sense, who tried to veer you away from your unconventional dreams because they were so far broken out of this mold of what society was telling you would make you happy or was telling you that you should be. And I feel that for a divine feminine I'm speaking to here, over time, you may have conformed certain aspects or elements of yourself or your life to please some of these people around you, or to attempt to fit a square peg into a circular hole, so to speak, to essentially try to fit yourself, your beautiful, unique, rare self, with these unconventional dreams into a broken, lower vibrational society. And I feel that you ultimately reached a breaking point in your spiritual awakening where you realized you were no longer willing to do that, and you began throwing off those influences that ingrained need to people please, to adhere to the people around you or to society's standards and expectations. And you've truly begun to express your own core soul essence, to share that with the world in some way. Now, depending on where you are currently on your spiritual path, you may be very well into doing this. You may already be creating in the direction of those dreams and goals. You may be sharing that true core soul essence in a very palpable way. For others of you, you might just be getting a hint or signs from the universe that this is the direction you should be moving in. It's like your heart is pulling you there, but you're questioning the guidance. So I hope that regardless of where you are along that journey of sharing your authentic self, sharing what I perceive to be your core soul frequency, that's how we describe it here, at least on the channel. I hope that this reading video and this message can be a sign of confirmation and encouragement for you that although your path looks very unconventional to others, it is exactly correct for you and your soul. It is exactly what you pre-planned as a soul incarnating here on earth. You intended to live a very unconventional life for a reason, because in doing so, like we said earlier, you are quite literally breaking free of limiting belief systems and programs that are ancestrally and evolutionarily ingrained into the subconscious of collective unconsciousness. You are showing this new path. This is a huge part of this, what we think of as this ascension process into new earth. But very often when people hear terms like 5D, fifth dimension, new earth, it can make you think that your unconventional path has to look a certain way, that it has to be something people traditionally consider to be inherently spiritual, like doing something with tarot or meditation or something along those lines. And while of course that might be your path, it does not exclude that this unconventional path for you, this paving the way into a higher level of consciousness, could come through something that doesn't necessarily look inherently spiritual to others. This could be a specific career path. This could be your art, your music, sharing your voice in some way, creating a home, whatever this is for you. And again, it's going to be very unique to your soul's blueprint. This is going to look so different to each individual incarnated soul. So always use your intuition. That intuition is your guidance. It speaks to and directly to that blueprint that you as a soul created for yourself prior to incarnating here on earth. Now, the reason that you have aligned with this message on this timeline along with me here is because you are coming into this close alignment with your true soul's blueprint. I'm seeing like the overlay of two physical blueprints, and it's almost like you can see through both of them to see how they line up. And you could think of the one underneath being your pure core soul blueprint. This is essentially your highest timeline outlined. This includes all of your deepest soul's intentions. This includes the expression of your highest gifts and abilities in their purest form. And as a result of that, this includes the highest level of satisfaction and fulfillment in every sense. But on top of that blueprint, you have the representation of how you are actually living your life through the frequency you are emitting, through how you are choosing to hold back or express yourself. And most people are very out of alignment between the two, meaning how they're actually living their actual blueprint is very off course from that underlying core soul blueprint. And the contrast between the two leads to a lot of deep feelings of unfulfillment and unhappiness, and almost as though one is running in circles but not getting anywhere that they really want to go. But you are one of the rare few that is really beginning to bring those two so-called blueprints, your soul blueprint and your actual blueprint, into alignment. And what you have to understand is because you are doing this, because it is so rare that you are doing this, few people are going to understand why you are operating in the way that you are. And again, that does not make it wrong for you. I also feel that there may be certain doubts or limiting programs that come up to attempt to stop you. This could be around age. You might be telling yourself, I waited too long, or I have let too many years go by in terms of earth time, or, you could fill in the blank with whatever the doubts are that are creeping in. Know that when you feel these doubts, what you are actually feeling is the triggered response from collective limiting programs that you are now collapsing, that you are breaking through. And in fact, the very beautiful thing about these doubts is that you, through experiencing these doubts, are healing the collective that has the same doubts. You are paving a path. You are showing what is possible to those who are still disempowering or limiting themselves for those same reasons, for those same doubts that come up in your mind. But you are showing the pathway. You are showing that the timing is irrelevant, that age in terms of earth time is irrelevant, that other people's opinions or doubts about you are irrelevant, and you are continuing to press forward regardless. And this is having such a powerful impact. It is a huge gift for the collective because you have many eyes upon you. Whether you realize that or not, many people are watching to see whether you are going to continue expressing yourself authentically, regardless of those fears and doubts. And as you continue to do so, they are going to be inspired by the example of your light. You are inspiring so many others that you aren't even fully aware of, not just at the conscious level, but at the deeper subconscious spiritual level as well, because we are all a collective web of consciousness. In a sense, we are all soulmates to one another in some degree. If you consider a soulmate to be someone who is close to you in core soul frequency, then in a sense, everyone is separated by some degree of frequency at that core soul level. So even the people we feel most different from are sort of like a distant soulmate. And we're all connected subconsciously. So when you face your fears and doubts, when you press forward in your authenticity, you are actually emanating a very powerful spiritual signal that ripples outward through that web of collective consciousness and awakens and uplifts and opens and breaks free so many others who are connected to you in some degree. So here we have the cards, inner child and outcome. There's something coming up about your inner child and how you are healing your inner child. For some reason today, as I was preparing for this reading, I kept getting downloads about some childhood dream or goal that you'd had, something that you'd always wanted to do. So this card is coming out to say that when you allow your inner child to come out and play and create, when you support them in that creation and that pursuit of those dreams and goals that you've always held in your heart, but that maybe for a time other people around you doubted or didn't believe in, when you support yourself, you are healing your inner child. And I'm hearing you don't need to wait to receive permission from anyone around you, and realizing that that permission comes from the self, from within, that when you shift into that frequency, when you begin expressing those gifts, that authenticity, over time, others will begin to reflect back to you the support that you are showing for yourself. I'm also feeling like there's something really powerful here through allowing yourself to play, to pursue your curiosities, to create, because it's almost like your inner child was stifled by society for some time, where you were told to put yourself into a box or to put some kind of dream, goal, or aspect of yourself on the back burner that is now meant to be coming to the surface. I just keep hearing it is time. It is time to bring that gift or dream to the surface. And I know this is a bit of a unique reading because most of it has just been this download that's been coming through. But I hope that if you are the divine feminine who has been in alignment with these messages and something here is striking a chord within you emotionally, I hope this wakes up something in you. And I hope that it's a sign of confirmation that you are truly on the right track with whatever you are pursuing, doing, or creating. Even if, and sometimes especially if, those fears and doubts come up, because remember, those are subconsciously you picking up on the triggered reactions of a collective limiting belief system that you are actually deconstructing in that moment. We also have the card outcomes. So I feel some very powerful outcomes or manifestations, so to speak, are coming through you allowing your inner child to be seen, to be supported, to play, to create. The thing about these outcomes, though, is that they can't be necessarily planned for in advance. They can't be timed through the human sense of timing. They are happening in accordance with a divine timing as you shift into closer alignment with that core soul blueprint that we've been discussing throughout this reading video. I do feel that something is going to be happening here with the results, conclusion, ending, getting a resolution. So there may be something that you've been wondering about. Again, this could be related to something you're creating or doing, but this also could be related to someone from your past, something in your life. I feel like there's going to be some kind of unexpected resolution or some kind of unexpected result that's going to come through allowing your inner child to play, to create, to be supported in this way. My guides just keep emphasizing something about this might be totally unexpected, but extremely deeply fulfilling when it occurs. And of course, this is going to look very different from person to person. So we have the card Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. I'm getting very strongly that someone here listening has just gone through a very powerful energetic upgrade that has prepared you for creating, doing, or manifesting something that may have felt like, again, it was on the back burner for a long time. But I'm hearing that this is requiring you to take some kind of action, to take steps forward. The thing about these action steps, though, is you will feel inspired to them from this really deep place. You might even receive some of that inspiration from others. In the last reading, we discussed how very often people in your life, even strangers, can be these unconscious messengers that are like leaving you a trail of breadcrumbs meant to guide you back into who you really are. And what I'm hearing is that you may have noticed a lot of synchronicities around something in your life recently. This feels like it could be a very hyper-specific message for someone listening, but perhaps you've noticed that several different people or strangers have happened to say the same thing to you. For example, this could be related somehow to some dream or goal that you've had for a long time, or this could be something else entirely, but I just sense that there's a lot of physical, noticeable synchronicity coming up around some kind of direction that you are meant to be pointed in. It's almost like the universe is really putting it in your face, but then these doubts are coming up like, can I really trust the signs? Is this really the right direction for me? And of course, what I'm getting here is a very strong, resounding yes, that the reason you are receiving all of these messages, all of these confirmations, synchronicities in this direction is because the universe is trying to tell you that this is your path. Again, even if it looks impossible or looks very unconventional to you. I just keep getting as well, and I know we touched on this, but something about this path is going to be extremely beneficial and helpful to people around you. The ironic thing is you may believe this is selfish because this could be you really allowing yourself to pursue some dream goal or to express some aspect of yourself that you've left repressed, maybe because you thought you had to be self-sacrificial, but in the process you may have betrayed some part of yourself. And you may believe that in doing this thing or walking this path, you are somehow being selfish, but your guides are saying that it's actually the exact opposite. Because again, whatever you are doing, whatever path you are walking is actually going to be this powerful example to the collective. And it's going to be massively uplifting to so many people around you, even people that you might be shocked would be inspired by you. For example, there could be people who doubted you, who actually end up being deeply inspired to their own soul's highest path through what you are doing in your life. So I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle the cards here. Do let me know, by the way, in the comments if anything here is resonating with you in a personal way. Also, because your spirit guides seem to be so talkative in this reading, in the extended version of the reading, I will be channeling more information and messages from your guides regarding your current soul's path in this lifetime. So anything else you might need to know about this dream, goal, or calling that you are pursuing, as well as any other messages that want to come through in a cosmic sense. So the link to the extended Patreon reading and those additional life path messages will be in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. But for now, I am pulling the appreciation card, and this is sitting on the throat chakra. So I'm hearing very strongly that you are tapping into this very powerful energy of self-love. But the more that you love and appreciate yourself, the more that you are going to notice others reflecting this self-love back to you in a very vocal, tangible kind of way. I'm getting specifically, there may be certain people who reach out to express something they love or appreciate about you. This might come as a surprise to you. So I want to know who wants to communicate this love or appreciation. Okay, we have blossoming abundance and strategies. So someone who is on your soul's path, I feel like this person may be an unconscious messenger for you at this time. So this may be someone who unconsciously channels something for you through something that they say. This might be a word of encouragement. This may be a nudge in a particular direction that is really deeply in alignment with your soul. This might be expressing something that they admire or appreciate about you that you are meant to be amplifying within your own self or within your own life. But I just keep hearing this person might be some kind of an unconscious messenger from the divine. So pay attention when you receive an unexpected positive message or word of admiration or appreciation from someone in your life, or even from a stranger, because these could be little nudges from the universe meant to help you connect the dots forward in your soul's path, so to speak. So here with blossoming abundance though as well, I feel like there's someone here who really wants to invest in you, who sees a lot of potential between the two of you. Now, this could be in a platonic or romantic sense, but it does seem that something about this whole connection is very in alignment and very mutually beneficial and balanced as well. So if it's some kind of a business or work collaboration, it's very beautifully balanced and going to benefit both of you here. If this is a friendship, it's very well reciprocated energetically. If it's a relationship, this might be a soulmate who is ready for you. You can take this as it connects, but this really has the feeling of someone being ready here. With cornucopia reversed, I almost get the sense that something is right about to break forth into the manifested physical realm. I'm hearing the last piece to the puzzle. I'm not sure why that's coming up here, but for someone listening, many things in your life may have begun to start falling into alignment, but there might be some dream, goal, or something in your life that has still felt stuck or uncertain for a time. And I'm hearing anything that felt stuck was being prepared for you in advance. In essence, the path was being pre-paved energetically in front of you to make for a smoother ride. But to your conscious human mind, you felt stuck when really you were being kept at a red light, intuitively speaking, so that you could focus on upgrading yourself and being prepared to move forward internally, energetically, when that light turned green. And so that also that path would already be paved out in front of you and would be smoother for you to move across so that you could make faster movement for yourself towards whatever that thing was when the light did turn green. And what I want to say is it feels like that light is turning green. When I talk about the red light, green light, whole metaphor, I'm really talking about your intuition. Sometimes your intuition gives you that red light. You can't understand it, but for some reason, you just feel it is not time, or it is not the moment for you to be moving forward in some kind of way. And your human mind might think of this as stuck. But really, at a soul level, you are perfectly in tune with that internal guidance that is telling you you are in the optimal position right now for your soul's highest growth and evolution. And when it's time to move, you will get that green light feeling. That green light feeling can come with fears and doubts, yes, but it feels like passion. It feels like inspiration. It pulls you in a specific direction in a way that just almost feels inevitable and is so deeply connected with your open heart space. That's how you know it's time to move forward. And I feel someone listening here is getting that feeling about something in their life. And I feel as you follow that, something is just about to break above the surface. There is some powerful manifestation that is really beginning to come into focus here. So, can I get a little more information on what that powerful manifestation is? Well, here we have the Knight of Cups upright, an offer, an invitation, taking action, following your heart. So if this is applying in a non-relationship or non-romantic sense, this is about you creatively expressing yourself from the heart space, continuing to stay fully connected to that energy of self-love and moving forward with this new energy, following it out, following that green light inspiration in order to receive these powerful manifestations. Now, if this is applying romantically, this could be a masculine who wants to make some kind of a proposal or offer to you. I felt butterflies, so this could be someone that you are giving the feeling of butterflies. This may be someone who feels very stuck on you with the Nine of Wands in the reverse position. It's almost like they're refusing to give up on this connection because it's pulling on their heart in such a strong way. And this is moving them to finally come forward and express something to you from their heart. Now, we also have the World card. So the number 21 might be significant here. This also could be the year 2021. But this is someone who sees a huge potential between the two of you. You fill this person with such a sense of fulfillment. I'm hearing them say, I feel like you complete me, or you belong with me. Now, the interesting thing about this particular masculine, if this is connecting as a masculine energy for you, is this seems to be someone who has connected with feminine energies in the past and not really felt any of this passion or drive towards them. In fact, they may have been considered a bit non-committal or even a player in the past or with other feminines, simply because no one evoked this kind of visceral feeling of wholeness within them that you seem to evoke in them. There's something very unique about the way that your energy affects this particular masculine. So if this portion of the reading seems to be resonating, in the extended version of the reading on Patreon, I will be channeling more into how this masculine is feeling about you at this time, what they are thinking, what this offer is that they might be moving forward with. And of course, we will also be channeling in the extended any other people, energies, or situations that might be connecting with you energetically at this time. So this could be romantic people, this could be platonic people. This could also be spirit guides trying to get through with particular messages. So anyone that seems to be interacting in a strong way with your energetic field at this time. So again, the link to all of those pieces of additional information on Patreon is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. But for now, I do want to close this first reading here on YouTube with a Rumi Oracle card. And the card here is the impossible made possible. Right away, I feel something powerful happening in the throat chakra. So some new level of opening or upgrading is happening in someone's throat chakra. It might be that this goal or dream or something you are sharing with the world is deeply connected to your voice, whether that's through singing, speaking, writing, sharing your words in some way. But again, that may not necessarily apply to everyone. I am just going to read one final message here. And the guidebook says, love brings the sea into boiling and turns the mountain into a pebble. Love creates infinite openings in the dark sky and shudders the earth with its magnitude. Rumi. All of creation is born from nothing. Out of endless silence and darkness, light emerges. What strange magic is this? The sun heats the solar system and burns with the power to destroy life. Yet it is a force by which life is sustained. Surely this makes no sense and cannot be. We dance in the realm of the impossible made possible constantly, you and I. We are so engrossed in it, so familiar with it, and yet blind to it, that these constant impossibilities happening in every moment fail to inspire us. We only limit what we believe to be possible by our lack of imagination. The divine has recourse to all that is and all that is yet to be. Is there any limit to the resources of the heavens? No. So then, why has not every impossible dream now been rendered possible, indeed manifest in shining glory upon the earth? The human heart knows everything envisioned can manifest according to divine timing and grace. Yet the mind does quake with fear, so much so that it will not listen to the heart at times. The mind creates barriers instead, truly nothing more than lines in the sand, yet believed to be forts. But what strongholds can resist love? It is like water. It seeps into every available space and changes form to survive in every environmental condition. So now you are being guided by this loving power to drop the doubt, shed the incredulity, and open up the mind. The universe wants something to happen to you. Something beautiful, something utterly improbable, and something perfect for your path, your own unique destiny. Your mind will wonder if it is even possible. People around you may wonder the same thing, but your heart will burn for it to become real, to become more than a fantastic, improbable dream. When your heart is much more powerful than your mind, you won't unintentionally block the incredible grace of manifestation, seeking to pour into your thirsty soul like the sweetest, purest waters of blessing. That feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. Thank you so much again for sharing your own powerful, beautiful frequency with our reading today. If I do resonate with you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, where I post more energy updates, inspiration, and information. Of course, if you would like to continue now with me to the extended version of this reading on Patreon, the link to do so is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Otherwise, I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light today. Have a beautiful day and start to your week, and I will connect with you here again in Wednesday's reading.